Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of my videos about the miniseries V. In part 1, I talked about the spectacular 2-part miniseries that debuted in 1983, and how many of the themes and subject matter were way ahead of their time. The miniseries ended on a cliffhanger, and it was so successful, a sequel series was created that debuted in 1984. With the entire cast and crew returning for the sequel, would it be as good as the original miniseries? Let's find out. Series was titled V, The Final Battle, although it wouldn't actually be the final battle. It was also a 3-part miniseries, as opposed to the 2-part miniseries of the previous year. This is a fact that I'd actually forgotten until I went back to rewatch it. Now, the original miniseries leaned pretty hard into some pretty intense subject matter, and if you want to hear more about it, go back and watch my original video. But the sequel series also leans pretty hard into some sensitive topics. So before we get into some moments that I took note of in V, The Final Battle, let's do a quick plot synopsis. Spoiler alert. So obviously, The Final Battle is a continuation of the original miniseries. It further explores the Resistance and their fight against the alien visitors, who've taken control of Earth at this point. Picking up where the first miniseries left off, it gets deeper into the visitors' true intentions, harvesting Earth's water and enslaving humanity, while also preserving some for food. As the Resistance grows stronger, they form new alliances. They end up being recruited by a worldwide network led by Michael Ironside's character. One of the most memorable elements is the introduction of the red dust toxin, a biological weapon that becomes humanity's best hope against the reptilian invaders. This toxin is derived from the gut bacteria of the hybrid child, the one that was left off on the cliffhanger in the first series. The climax sees the Resistance launching a desperate plan to deploy the toxin globally. It culminates in a dramatic showdown that ultimately forces the visitors to retreat. However, it leaves open-ended questions about future threats, setting the stage for the subsequent sequel TV show. Now that we're all caught up, let's talk about a few things I noticed. So I'm no botanist, but is the Resistance growing weed? They got their priorities straight. So what was the rebels' plan here? They got info that the visitors were bringing people to this location, but what were they actually going to do? Like, they stormed the place, got shot up, and then left. So what did they actually accomplish here? Furthermore, why don't the visitors just follow the rebels back to their base? Like, the visitors have cars and spaceships. Just follow these guys back and then kill them at their base. So what's the visitors' biology? Like, how could they get a human pregnant? Do they have a cloaca? I don't really understand it.
They are too. They are not lizards. They are. They're just big, ugly, creepy lizards.
Isn't Mark Singer the world's most wanted human? How is he just walking around? How has no one yet noticed that green shit around her neck? I mean, Robert Englund's the first one that mentions it, and that's because he's one of the aliens. Depending on how you feel about the subject, this is one of the more serious scenes in the entire series. It's a serious talk about abortion.
We can't take responsibility for Robin. It's her body. It's her decision.
Hey look, it's Michael fucking Ironside. Another serious topic explored in The Final Battle, suicide. So I know the visitors want water, but why are they pumping it from LA and not any of the numerous huge freshwater lakes around the globe? Like, they could just drain Lake Superior. So the rebels' plan was to blow up the water station, but they caused a massive flood. So did they cause a disaster? If you watched this back in the day, you absolutely remember this lizard baby. And then, come to find out, she had lizard twins. And then this ugly monstrosity pops out.
Oh my God!
This stock footage is totally unnecessary, and it doesn't really fit. Once again, if this was GTA, Donovan would have 5 stars. Why is he just walking around in the place he's wanted the most? Ironside being a total badass, as usual. Alright, so hear me out on this. The red dust bacteria is derived from the gut bacteria of the little girl. She's a mix between a human and a visitor. Apparently her gut bacteria is deadly to the purebred visitors. So what if she just like farted in a room full of the visitors? Like, wouldn't that kill them also? Watch bro's face in this scene.
Jam the door. Blow it.
Alright, the first film established that the visitors learn the language of whatever country they're going to be in, but why are the computers on board their ship speaking English?
4 minutes until critical mass.
What in the actual hell is going on in this scene? It doesn't make any sense. Alright, so that was just a few things that caught my attention about V: The Final Battle. What did I think about the miniseries in general? Well, I think it's also great. I won't say it's quite as good as the original, because the original had that surprise factor, but it's pretty damn good in its own right. It does kind of seem like they stretched the budget, like maybe they had the same budget for the first miniseries as they did with the second, but they wanted to split the second into 3 films to get more, viewers and more money, I guess. But it seems like there were fewer of the creature effects as there were in the first series. And then some of the effects that you did see, like the little baby, looked pretty cheesy. It looked like the ghoulie that was coming out of the toilet. If you're watching this video, I really want to know what you think about V: The Final Battle and how you feel it stands up in comparison to the original miniseries. I also plan on watching the short-lived TV series. It might be a little while. I got some movies I want to talk about. But anyway, if you liked the video, hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I really appreciate everyone that watches and comments on these videos. So once again, thanks, and I'll be back real soon.